If you would like your business to get more traffic, more leads and more sales, I'm going to share with you 7 business success secrets from the last page of the Bible. Number 1 is the most important. Without this, your business will be stuck. But number 7 happens to so many people, so you need to fix this ASAP. The last page in the Bible is Revelation chapter 22. This is when it's the end, we're in heaven, we're living with God eternally, etc. And the first thing that you need in your business, if you want to get more traffic, more leads and more sales, is you need to remember that we win. The message that God is trying to get us to believe from the whole point in the Bible is that we win. And that is speaking to the mentality, your mindset. Imagine if you went through life believing that you win. This is a mental shift that I started making much more a few years ago, where I started realizing that, you know what, I used to say this all the time, like to loads of different people, and I would believe it, but not as much as I believe it now. I always used to say to people, look, like, the great thing about the Bible is it tells you what happens at the end. We win. And the reason for us to think about that is to consider that, well, if we win in the end, if we're on the pathway to victory, to winning, why would you ever behave right now, presently, Israel, like the things you're doing are not leading you in that direction? The more and more I think to myself and think about myself that I'm on the pathway to success and victory, the better it helps me to perform and to live out life right now. So when I'm recording videos like this, for example, I'm not saying to myself or believing for a second that I'm a loser or I'm on the pathway to losing and stuff like that. No, I say to myself, well, the pathway that I'm walking is going to victory. So not only for yourself to have the mindset of we win, you're a winner, when you create the environment in the content that you create, people that you create content for, the people that you're serving, they will see you that yes, you have the mindset, you have the behavior and the speech of a winner. That encourages them to take it on for themselves, to speak like a winner, to think like a winner, to believe like a winner, but most significantly, to act like a winner. The second business success secret you can get from the last page in the Bible in Revelation is weekly wealth. What do you mean by that, Israel? Well, in the last page of the Bible, we see the tree of life. This is a tree which goes back to the first book in the Bible, Genesis. It's a tree which has loads of fruit on it in Genesis, and the power of that tree is quite clear based on what God says in Genesis, where he says, I need to kick man and woman out of the garden now that they've sinned and eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, because if they eat from the tree of life and live forever, they're going to be living eternally in a sinful state. And obviously God doesn't want that. God doesn't desire that. As I said before, we're moving. Everything in the Bible is directing us to Revelation chapter 22, the last page in the Bible. So it's not a surprise, not a surprise to me anyway, that the tree of life reappears in the end of the Bible, because the promise that God gives us at the end of the Bible is eternal life, etc. And one of the things it says in Revelation chapter 22 about the tree of life is that it produces fruit, 12 types of fruit, in fact, every single month. So if you want more traffic, if you want more leads, if you want more sales in your business, one way to do that is to create an environment where there's weekly wealth. What does that look like for you? Well, for you, that looks like having a recurring, a subscription product, what we call today a continuity product. You have a service which you offer to your people on a regular basis. It can be $10 a month, it can be $100 a month, it could be $1,000, $2,000 a month. It doesn't matter. As long as you have a recurring business model that continues to provide you with consistent cash flow and sustainability in your business. Don't get it twisted for a second. I love one-time payments for products and services that I deliver. We have those, but at the same time, it's important for us to have a monthly recurring revenue where we're providing a solution for our customers, which is beneficial and much more, many more times the worth of what I'm actually charging them, but in God's ideal environment, which is Revelation and obviously the Garden of Eden in Genesis first and foremost, recurring revenue or perpetual ongoing fruit. These are things you can see just by looking at what is God's ideal environment and then now applying those principles into your business. So for you that's getting paid a subscription model, for example, think about something like Netflix or Amazon Prime, where you're paying every single month and they're providing you a service. For your customers and people that aren't your customers. So let's speak about customers first. So in order for you to create an environment of weekly wealth for your customers, because it's not just about you, every 4 weeks you're providing your customers that are paying you every single month with resources with things which help them make much more money than the money they're giving you. Now, when you think about people who aren't your customers yet, you think about the front of the funnel, the traffic. You want to be providing every few weeks content which is serving them and helping them elevate their mindset, the actions that they're taking, and obviously the beliefs, which develops them in a way before they even pay you. And this is the secret: the more you can provide for people who haven't paid you yet, the more money you'll make in the future. Because people will look at the content you're creating and saying, well, yes, so-and-so, Israel just gets me so much. And because he gets me so much, this content that he's creating for me is right on the money. He's speaking to my pain points and giving me solutions. You don't need everybody having those thoughts to pay you, but you only need a certain amount of people to pay you. And that's what will happen. Now, the third business secret I'm going to draw from the last page in the Bible, Revelation chapter 22, is well-being without weaknesses. So, for example, you want to remove the pain. If you remove the pain from your business, and if you remove the pain for your customers and the people that are viewing your content, this will serve you greatly. So in the last page of the Bible, it talks about how in this environment, there's no more sickness, there's no more disease, there's no more death, right? This is one of the great and glorious things we look forward when we get to heaven too. So think about your business right now. There's pain points in your business. Maybe you're not getting the traffic that you want. Maybe you're not getting the amount of leads that you want, or maybe you're not getting the sales that you want. If you think about these scenarios, if you think about, okay, let's take traffic, for example. This is a big pain. If you don't fix this, your business is going to die eventually. And this is why you need to create a scenario where the major things in your business are well, and there's no weaknesses, there's no sickness, there's no disease, etc. And this applies to your customers and in your content. I obviously know I'm creating content for people with specific problems, with specific needs, and my content is created in a way which helps you to solve those problems before you even pay me. The only thing that when you pay me, it's going to solve the problem faster or better or with more involvement with me. When you think about heaven and there's no pain, there's no sickness, no disease, what is that? That is a humongous, a big problem. If your products and services solve massive problems that your customers have, they will love you for it and they'll continue to pay you for it. And it's the same thing with the content. I make content that solves massive problems because I know those are things which you need most. Number 4 is an important one, but this is one which so many people steer away from and they avoid, and that is watch out for the wicked. That means you need to be able to identify and separate yourself from those who are opposed to you, are against you. Because when you read the last page in the Bible, it talks about how you've got all the people inside the kingdom and then you've got those who are without, the sorcerers, the dogs, the liars, the whoremongers, etc. There's a clear identification, we are this and they are that, and a clear separation, we are in different places. So I'm going to get political for a second just to help you understand this. Notice how you've got the Republicans, you've got Trump, and then you've got the Democrats, you've got Biden, Kamala, etc., Hillary Clinton. There's a clear identification and separation of those two parties. Now let's go a layer lower now and think about the political commentators. You've got people like Ben Shapiro, Candice, you've got Matt Walsh, you've got Jordan Peterson, you've got those sorts of people. Then the other side, you've got people like AOC, and you've got all those other people on both sides. There's a clear identification and separation. In your business, you need to be able to identify, look, this is who I am. Those are the enemies, the people that are fighting against me, who are not in the best interest of myself or my potential customers or my customers. So let me give an example. There are people out there who would have you believe that starting a business, running a business is not a good thing. And merely by me being in business, those people have taken up their landmark as my enemies, my opposition. This is why I constantly talk about the system actively taking all nowhere. Any system which isn't the only way, but presents itself as the only way, is a demonic and deadly system. So you have to think about it like this. We all get stronger by doing an activity. You do whatever it is. Let's say, for example, exercise. You exercise your muscles get torn, they get weaker, and then they build stronger and stronger. My point simply I want you to understand is it takes a battle. It takes action. And so many people shy away from a battle or from engaging, but you have to realize that merely by taking a position that you have, there's people on the other side who are fighting against you. Most of the people that are trying to stop business and stop business owners and entrepreneurs from creating ideas that solve problems and make money for it are the enemy, because they're coming against the system which is actually doing much good in the world. That doesn't mean all business owners or all entrepreneurs are good. There are obviously some wicked ones, but even that in itself is identifying and separating who I am, who is like me, and who I'm against, and who is not with me. Jesus even said it, he who is not with me is against me. It's simple. Regardless of where you are, you need to be able to you need to watch out for the wicked. And the wicked are those who are opposed to you in whatever endeavor you're doing. Now, number 5, a 5th biblical success secret that I'm taking from Revelation chapter 22 is that there's warnings for waywardness. As you read through this last passage in the Bible, it's talking about the warnings for those who are disregarding the rules and the regulations that bring about the successful environment. And it's the same thing for us as business owners. In your business, you have to understand what are the things, where are the landmines, the things that you shouldn't be doing. But let me give you some examples. Don't sell a product to your customers that isn't worth it. That's a big warning that if people ignore, they'll eventually go out of business. Don't treat your customers like they're silly or like they don't know anything. That is a big warning that you don't want to do. Don't waste your money on things which don't produce income or don't produce some tangible benefit in your business. That is a recipe for disaster to go out of business. Don't put yourself in a position where your business has no leads rolling in. And it's one of the reasons why I know my 24/7 leads product, which sells every single day, is so valuable to people, because they understand the significance of leads rolling in every single day into their business, because they understand that with more leads comes more sales and allows their business to grow. Now, another warning I could say, I talk about this in my book, right? 50 success secrets to make the next year of your life the best year of your life. One of the things which stops so many people from having a good year is because they have all of their eggs in one basket. And one of the success secrets I share in this book is don't keep all of your eggs in one basket. That's a warning. Imagine if you have one traffic source or one lead source or one sales source. That's a dangerous position to be in. So you need to be aware of the warnings which will lead you to waywardness. And it's the same thing when you think about your customers. And again, notice how this applies all the way throughout, from your business to your customers to the people that are consuming your content and are basically the traffic. It applies in all of these different areas. Think about the warnings that lead to waywardness. So for your customers, if your customer comes in and your customer service is terrible, or you're not getting back to customers, that's a big thing that you need to fix. If you're not delivering what you say in your products, that's something you need to fix. Don't be that guy or that gal, right? If you're not creating content, if you're not creating some sort of vehicle or item to get people to come into the door, to become aware of who you are, that's a big warning that you need to be aware of. If you say to people, you're going to post at this cadence, you're going to post every Wednesday, you're going to post 2 times a week or 3 times, whatever it is, do it. Because when people hear you say, look, I'm going to do this every single week or once every 2 weeks, and then you don't do it, they don't trust you. Now, number 6, I've been speaking about this pretty much from the beginning, but now let's just spell it out clearly so it's crystal clear for everybody to see. That is, you need a well-desired way of life. I'm speaking about heaven. That's the environment that we see in the last page in the Bible. So in your business, if you want your business to get more traffic, more leads and more sales, for you first and foremost, and for your business, you need to create an environment where it's a well-desired way of life. This is one of the reasons why people hate their 9-to-5 job, because they find themselves working 40, 50, 60 plus hours a week for an income which deep down they're not satisfied with, but they just settle for it. This is why business is so powerful, because you can create an environment, a well-designed way of life, where you can create products and services for people and serve your customers and your clients at a high level where they win and you win. You need to surround yourself with other like-minded people, other successful business owners who you can help and they can help you just by the exchange of ideas, etc. and stuff like that. This is why joining groups is so powerful. But now let's move from us as business owners and move to our customers. Create a well-desired way of life for them. So when they've purchased a product, let the place be desirable to them. Like, you want your customers going through your products and feeling good about themselves, not feeling bad about themselves. One of the ways you do that, the most obvious way to do that, is to give them a solution which is easy for them to action and easy for them to understand and follow. But at the same time, Don't patronize, don't speak down or insult your customers and clients as if you're better than them, because you're not better than them. We're all made in the image of God. So that means that we all are equal and we're all unique in our own special way. So just embrace your unique identity and remember that when you're saying stuff and you're making a product for the people that are going to pay you money. But then again, now when you think about the front of it, we think about the content. Make this a well-desired environment, a well-desired way of life. So what does that mean? That means, well, I'm recording a video and you can hear me very well. That means I'm investing good money in audio equipment. But also, not only can you hear me very well, I want to match that with what you can see. So this camera is a camera which allows you to see me in a very good way, because I want you to see me, I want you to hear me, I want you to be able to engage and not feel like, you know what, this video is turning me off. Imagine if, let me give you an example, right? Imagine if I did this right now, right? And there's no lights, the lights are off. Some of you may like this, but you know what? Most people, most of you I know, want to see me. So as you're hearing me, you can see me as well. And I'm going to give you one more example here before we move to number 7. Think about if I was teaching concepts which were way too hard for you to understand. I may sound deep, I may look deep, some people may even like pat me on my back and be like, yeah, Israel, well done, like, but people aren't going to continue to follow you or listen to you because they don't understand what you're saying. Speak, teach in a way, share your value in a way to people where they can understand it, and then that again will create an environment which is well desired. They will continue to come and consume your content because they know they're going to have a good time there. Now, I mentioned earlier, number 7 happens to so many people. And this success secret is so powerful once you understand this. And that is that you want an environment which is well lit. So from a business perspective, we all have like dark spots. We all have blind spots in our business. It's important for us to shine light, right? The Bible says in the last page in the Bible that there's no more darkness, there's no more need of the sun, because God lights up the place, the light of the Lord and the Lamb. So when we think about our business, a success we can have is to make sure there's no major areas in our business where we're dark, where it's dark, where we're ignorant, or when we can't see. So for example, we need to know exactly in our businesses how to get traffic coming into our business. We need to know how to get leads, how to get that traffic that's coming in, for some of them to become leads. And we also need to have illumination, light, in order for us to see clearly and understand this is how this traffic becomes a lead, and this is how this lead becomes a sale. And I'm serving all of these people along the way, along the journey. Imagine the opposite, where it's dark. I don't know how to get any traffic, so nobody finds my business. And because nobody finds my business, I don't know how to get leads, so nobody is joining my email list and my newsletter, and I'm not able to email them. And then none of that stuff's happening, so nobody's checking out, nobody's paying, nobody's buying any of the good products and services that you may have. This is the biggest shame, when you have people who have valuable skills, but nobody's consuming any of their content. Nobody's becoming a lead. Nobody's enjoying and using the solutions they have in their lead magnets. And even worse, nobody's paying them any money to buy their products and services when their products and services can help them so well. So again, with your product and your services, illuminate things for your customers. Let them continue to have aha moments. Let them continue to have moments where the light switch turns on. And it's the same with the content. You want to create content for your customer base. It doesn't have to be on YouTube, but YouTube is a great place to do it, where you can give people aha moments. You can give people confidence, and dark areas in their life and their business can be illuminated, and they can be like, okay, now I see. It was dark before, but now I can see clearly. If you like these 7 business success secrets that I've given you from the last page in the Bible, you will definitely like this video, because that's where I talk about success secrets found in the first page of the Bible. Go win, and God bless winners.